7 Socially Attractive Habits or Stoicism. Intro. There's a kind of attraction that doesn't beg for attention. It doesn't need to be loud, flashy, or desperate. It doesn't chase approval, and it doesn't perform for the room. Yet somehow, when this kind of person enters a space, people notice. They may not be the most talkative, they may not be the funniest, they may not even be trying, but their presence feels rare, calm, and magnetic. This is what it means to be silently attractive. And in a world where everyone is trying to be seen, the person who has mastered quiet strength often becomes unforgettable. Most people think attraction is about looks, money, status, or popularity. But the truth is much deeper. Real attraction is often psychological before it is physical. People are drawn to emotional control, inner confidence, and calm energy. They are drawn to people who feel grounded. This is why Stoicism matters so much. Stoicism teaches you how to become the kind of person whose calm speaks louder than another person's noise. Before we begin, if you enjoy videos about Stoicism, discipline, self-mastery, masculine energy, and personal growth, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you want more powerful content that helps you become mentally stronger, emotionally calmer, and socially respected, subscribe now, because this channel is built for transformation. 1. Stop needing constant validation. One of the most silently attractive habits is learning how to be okay without constant approval. Most people reveal their insecurity in subtle ways. They seek validation in their tone, in their body language, in the way they over-explain themselves, and in how badly they want to be liked. But the person who is secure doesn't need every room to accept them. They don't need every conversation to go perfectly. They don't need everyone to understand them. That emotional independence is deeply attractive because it signals strength. When you stop needing to be chosen, you become more desirable. People can feel when your mood depends on their reaction. They can feel when you're attached to outcomes. And that kind of energy feels heavy. But when you are centered within yourself, your presence becomes lighter, calmer, and more powerful. You stop chasing attention, and attention starts finding you naturally. This is not arrogance, it is emotional self-sufficiency. It means your self-worth is not hanging on someone else's opinion. The more you build your inner approval, the less desperate you appear. And the less desperate you appear, the more magnetic you become. Silent attraction begins when you no longer need to convince people that you matter. 2. Speak less, but say more. A silently attractive person does not feel the need to fill every silence. They understand that speaking too much often comes from nervousness, insecurity, or the fear of being ignored. Many people talk endlessly because they think more words equal more value. But often the opposite is true. When you speak less and speak with intention, your words carry more weight. Silence is not weakness. In fact, silence is often a sign of confidence. When you are comfortable with pauses, people perceive you as more thoughtful, more emotionally stable, and more in control. You stop reacting just to keep the conversation alive. Instead, you listen. You observe. You respond only when your words add something meaningful. The Stoics believe speech should be disciplined, and a person who speaks carefully creates impact. Their words matter because they do not waste them. When they do speak, people pay attention. That alone changes how others perceive you. If you want to become more attractive socially, stop trying to dominate every conversation. Listen deeply. Answer clearly. Avoid over-explaining. Say what matters, then let it breathe. In a world full of noise, the person who speaks with calm precision becomes unforgettable. 3. Stay calm under pressure. Anyone can look confident when life is easy. Anyone can seem composed when everything goes their way. But true silent attraction appears when things become uncomfortable. How do you respond when someone disrespects you? What happens when you are ignored, challenged, or misunderstood? Do you become reactive, emotional, and defensive? Or do you remain steady? Nothing is more attractive than composure under pressure. When you can stay calm while others become chaotic, you instantly stand out. People deeply respect emotional control, even when they don't say it out loud. It signals maturity. It signals inner strength. It signals that your emotions are not being controlled by the outside world. Most people lose their magnetism the moment their ego is touched. They start talking too much, explaining too much, or reacting too fast. But the Stoic person remains centered. They choose their response instead of becoming a slave to their feelings. This does not mean you become cold. It means you become disciplined. A calm person feels safe to be around, but also powerful. They do not collapse under social pressure. They do not let small moments shake their identity. And in today's world, that kind of emotional stability is rare. Rare is attractive. 4. Have boundaries without announcing them. One of the strongest socially attractive habits is having boundaries without constantly talking about them. Many people try to look strong by loudly declaring what they won't tolerate. But truly strong people don't need to advertise their standards. They simply live by them. A silently attractive person does not beg for respect. They expect it. And if it is not given, they adjust their distance. They don't argue endlessly. They don't chase people who treat them poorly. They don't stay where they are constantly disrespected. Their actions speak for them. That kind of quiet standard is powerful because it shows self-respect. People are drawn to those who value themselves, not in an arrogant way, but in a grounded way. When someone sees that you are not willing to betray your dignity just to keep their attention, your value rises in their eyes. Because you are showing that your peace matters more than their approval. Boundaries are attractive because they show discipline. They show that you know your worth. And when you carry that energy without making it a performance, people feel it. Silent attraction is not about controlling others. It is about controlling access to you. That is where social power begins. Master your body language. Before you speak, your body already tells people who you are. Your posture, your eye contact, your pace, your stillness, all of it communicates confidence or insecurity. Many people try to appear attractive with words, but their body language reveals nervousness, approval-seeking, and self-doubt. A silently attractive person moves with calm. They do not fidget constantly. They do not look around desperately for reactions. They do not shrink themselves. They stand upright. They make steady eye contact. They move with intention instead of rushing. Their physical presence communicates self-control before they even say a single word. This matters more than most people realize. People often feel your energy before they process your words. If your body language says, "I'm unsure of myself," then no amount of clever talking can fully fix that. But if your body language says, "I am comfortable in my own skin," you instantly become more compelling. Stoicism is not just a mindset. It becomes visible through how you carry yourself. Slow down your movements, relax your face, hold your posture, be still when you speak. Calm energy is deeply attractive because it shows that you are not trying too hard. And the less you try to force attraction, the more naturally it appears. 6. Be kind but never too available. There is a major difference between being warm and being overly available. Many people confuse kindness with overgiving. They think being attractive means always replying instantly, always saying yes, always being emotionally accessible, and always making themselves easy to reach. But when you are too available, people often stop valuing your presence. A silently attractive person is respectful, kind, and emotionally intelligent, but they are not desperate for connection. They have a life. They have standards. They have priorities. They do not make themselves endlessly accessible just to feel wanted. This creates mystery, but more importantly, it creates respect. Being too available can signal that you have nothing else going on. It can make your attention feel cheap because it is always there. But when your time is valuable, your presence becomes valuable too. That does not mean playing childish games. It means protecting your energy and not overextending yourself for people who have not earned your effort. The Stoic path teaches moderation and self-control. That includes how you give your time. Be kind, be warm, be free. Outro. At the end of the day, silent attraction is not about being the loudest person in the room. It is not about trying to impress everyone. It is not about manipulation, fake confidence, or social performance. It is about becoming so grounded in yourself that your presence speaks before your words ever do. When you stop chasing validation, when you speak with intention, when you remain calm under pressure, when you set quiet boundaries, when your body language reflects confidence, when you protect your time, and when you build a life with real purpose, you become the kind of person people remember. Not because you demanded attention, but because your energy felt rare. That is